Doesn't it feel great to be alive on a Tuesday night in Idaho Falls, Idaho, as a die-hard, passionate Battle of Idaho Pioneer League baseball fan, or what? Hey everybody, Ryan here. I hope all you guys are having a great start to your Tuesday so far. I hope you guys are having a awesome Tuesday as well. And I hope you guys are ready for a crazy, insane episode of Main Event Baseball with Ryan on YouTube. So without further ado, guys, welcome back to the channel of Main Event Baseball with Ryan, the post-game show for the Idaho Falls Chuckers vs. Boise Hawks. Y'all like my new glasses? Man, I love my new glasses. So let me know what you thought of my new glasses down below in the comment section. But yes, guys, tonight was game one of a three-game series in Idaho Falls, Idaho at Melaleuca Field for the Battle of Idaho in the Pioneer League between the Boise Hawks and the Idaho Falls Chuckers. Heading into tonight, the Idaho Falls Chuckers were up 5-1 over their in-state rival, the Boise Hawks, and tonight at Melaleuca Field, it was game one of a three-game Battle of Idaho series between the Boise Hawks and the Idaho Falls Chuckers. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, it was a crazy, and I mean crazy, insane game one at Melaleuca Field. So the Boise Hawks would start off on an awesome roll. They would put a crooked number up in the first inning for the second game in a row. The top of the first inning, boom! The Boise Hawks scored 7 runs in the top of the first inning, and before the Idaho Falls Chuckers could even have their first at-bat of the night, the Boise Hawks were up 7-0. But then the Idaho Falls Chuckers would put up a crooked number of their own. In the bottom of the first inning, they would put up a 4-run score. So after one inning from Melaleuca Field, the Boise Hawks were up 7-4. But we go to the second inning. You put up a 4 spot. Idaho Falls, okay, fine. Well, so are we. The Boise Hawks would put up a 4 spot in the second inning, guys. And in a matter of moments, guys, it went from a 7-4 game to a, 11-4 game. But guys, in the Idaho Falls Chuckers, this is when it went downhill, because the Idaho Falls Chuckers in the bottom of the second inning would put up an 8 spot on the board. The top of the third, the top of the third inning, the Boise Hawks were able to put 1 run up, guys, but it was back and forth all night long from Melaleuca Field, to the extent that the final score at Melaleuca Field in game one of a three-game series was a football score. And I'm going to tell you guys the score, and you guys are going to be shocked. Ladies and gentlemen, the Idaho Falls Chuckers win game one of a three-game series at Melaleuca Field by a final score of 24-18. Again, the Idaho Falls Chuckers on a Tuesday night win game number 6 against their in-state rival, the Boise Hawks. Again, they win their 6th game of the season against the Boise Hawks by a final score of 24-18. The Boise Hawks line score a 7-run first, a 4-run second, a 1-run third, a 5-run fifth, a 1-run seventh. The Boise Hawks had 18 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors. The Idaho Falls Chuckers would have a 4-run first, 8-run second, 2-run third, 8-run fourth, and a 2-run eighth. They would have 24 runs on 24 hits, and they would make 3 errors. Now, I do want to remind you guys that game 2 is tomorrow night, and tomorrow night will be a special night for a certain Boise Hawk at Melaleuca Field, but we will get to that in just a little bit. Okay, guys, so before we get to game 2 from Melaleuca Field of the Battle of Idaho, and we talk about a certain special occasion for the Boise Hawk tomorrow, I want to give you guys a little reminder on what is on the schedule for tomorrow. Haven't really said it in the past number of days, but I will be at the game tomorrow. Thank you. I will be at the game, guys, tomorrow for the middle game of a 3-game series. I do want to remind you guys that this Friday through Sunday, the Battle of Idaho returns to Hawks Memorial Stadium. The Chuckers will be playing the Hawks this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you guys are in Boise and you want to see a in-state bitter rivalry, come to Hawks Memorial Stadium for that. But to get back on the track, guys, there is one in particular Melaleuca Field debut happening tomorrow, and it is going to be for a second-year Boise Hawk, a Boise Hawk that is 2-0 on the season, a Boise Hawk that is 2-0 in his stirrups on the mound for the Boise Hawks, and that would be none other than Round Rock's own Cameron Dayton. But the question is, guys, remember what the Battle of Idaho is all about, the Traffic Cone Trophy. The Boise Hawks and Cash Bucham have their backs extremely up against the wall because the Idaho Falls Chuckers, with the win tonight, are up 6-1 in the Battle of Idaho. And looking at the remaining games, all the Idaho Falls Chuckers have to do to win that trophy is they have to win tomorrow night and Thursday. If they win 2 more games against the Boise Hawks, they will take home the Traffic Cone Trophy. And I want you to remember, guys, that for Idaho Falls to win, all they have to do is win 2 games. They don't have to win tomorrow and Thursday to make it happen. They could lose tomorrow and they could end up winning Thursday and Friday. So the last time the Idaho Falls Chuckers won the Traffic Cone Trophy, it would be the last time I was at Melaleuca Field back in 2022. The past 2 years, Boise has won it. But yeah, guys, so crazy night in game 1 at Melaleuca Field. And believe it or not, guys, with the Hawks lost tonight, the Hawks have their backs up against the wall like no other. It is must win tomorrow for the Boise Hawks. Pretty much every game versus Idaho Falls for the remaining of this year is a must win for the Boise Hawks. Again, the Hawks lose 2 more times this year to Idaho Falls, and that Traffic Cone Trophy goes to the Idaho Falls Chuckers for 2025. So very, very high pressure, not just on Cash Bucham tomorrow night, but also on Cameron Dayton, guys. And Cameron Dayton, the good news is he's 2-0 this year. He's 2-0 starting on the mound. My mom's looking at me like I'm a psychopath that was married to Ted Bundy, but literally, guys, if I could be honest with you guys, if we do not win tomorrow, we are not winning that Traffic Cone Trophy. I'm not saying we're going to win tomorrow. I'm not saying we're going to lose tomorrow, but I'm going to be extremely honest with you guys. We lose tomorrow night, there is absolutely no way we are taking that Traffic Cone Trophy home with us. So basically, guys, it is a must-win for every single game for the Boise Hawks against the Idaho Falls Chuckers. And you know what, guys? I mean, with the Boise Hawks losing tonight, they are now given the first loss on the road. The Boise Hawks losing on the road tonight. It is their first away loss of 2025. So they are 6-1 on the road. Luckily, they don't drop in the standings, but Idaho Falls is now tied with Rocky Mountain for first place in the Pioneer League. So again, guys, tomorrow, main event baseball running at Melaleuca Field, first pitch, 7:05 Mountain Daylight Time. Cameron Dayton will make his Melaleuca Field debut, not just against the Idaho Falls Chuckers, but he's never played at Melaleuca Field. He's never been to Idaho Falls. I actually thought he had, so it's going to be, but the way I look at it, when I attend a Cameron Dayton game, he tends to kick ass. So I expect nothing less than that tomorrow, but it's going to be great, guys. So yeah, again, guys, we will have a pregame show at Melaleuca Field and praying to the baseball gods we walk out with a win. But a football score at Melaleuca Field tonight, 24-18, your final score. The Idaho Falls Chuckers win. The winning pitcher goes to, let's see, I just logged out of it. Let's see. Okay, so the win goes to, let me look at the chickens. Oh, wow. Okay. Nick Prince, left-handed pitcher, he will get the win despite giving up 10 runs. Those 10 runs weren't earned. He will walk away with the win tonight. The loss goes to our starting pitcher, and
Who's that?
I am going to find that out, so give me a minute. Oh, that's Idaho Falls. We don't want to say that name twice. I'll get fired if I say it. Boise.
Update tomorrow.
Boise. Okay, it's not allowing me, but I don't know why.
All right. That's okay.
No,
Update tomorrow.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, Boise Hawk loss tonight for the Boise Hawks. It will go to Highland Hall out of relief. So he will get the loss for the Hawks tonight. Again, guys, the Hawks backs on up against the wall big time tomorrow in a must-win situation to survive for the Battle of Idaho, guys. Again, I will be at the game. We will have a pregame show from Melaleuca Field and a postgame show. Again, Cameron Dayton will take the ball tomorrow for the Boise Hawks.